Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a quick release clamp type anchor for your kayak or small boat. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. These are the parts you're going to need for this project. The first piece is this plastic clamp that's got the serrated interior sections that'll help it hold on to a structure or a branch, and you can find these at Harbor Freight for about $1.50. The next thing you're going to need is, I have this old handle from a previous project that I'm going to use, but you can use a piece of broomstick and just drill a hole through it or something similar if you don't have this. You're also going to need some marine shrink fit tubing, some fishing line, some 550 paracord, and some shock cord or bungee cord. And if you don't have any shock cord, you can just take a regular bungee and clip the ends off and use that. Okay, so the first thing I did was taking this clamp. You can see here it's already got pre-drilled holes on either side of the handle. But what you need to do is drill them out to a larger diameter so you'll be able to thread the paracord through each of these holes. Okay, so I've drilled the holes out bigger, and what I'm going to do is thread the paracord through. And then on this end, I'm going to tie a knot. And this will keep the cord from going all the way through. So then I'm going to thread the other side through here. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a slack in here and tie another knot. Okay, so now I have it knotted on either end, and then what I'm going to do is clip this side, and then I'll take a lighter and singe each end of the paracord to keep it from unraveling, and it'll keep the knot from coming undone. Okay, the next thing I did, and I just skipped this step because it's pretty easy, I just took the length of paracord that I want to use as my tether for this clamp anchor and tied it off in just about the center here with a knot, and then again singed the end to make sure the knot doesn't come apart. So what I'll do with the opposite end here, and you can make it whatever length you want, this just happens to be the piece I have, take my handle, I'm going to thread it through and tie another knot. And I've already singed the edge on this one, so it's not important right now. And now I've got it. I've got my handle, and I've got my clamp anchor. So the next thing to do is I'm going to make a little like shock absorber using the bungee cord or shock cord so that if it pulls against my kayak or my small boat, there won't be any stress on a cleat or wherever you decide to attach it. Okay, so here's a section of my shock cord that I'm going to use, and again, the length is up to you. And what I'm going to do is form a loop on one end, take the fishing line, and then wrap it around so it's nice and tight, and so it'll hold it in place. And then what I'll do is slide this piece of marine shrink tubing over this end to lock everything in place. So I'll do that to save time and then show you the finished product. Okay, so this is the finished product on this part for now. You can see I've made a loop and I've wrapped the fishing line around that. And the loop needs to be big enough so it's going to fit over your handle. Now, here's a piece of the marine shrink tubing, which I will slide on first. And that's going to go over this, and then with my heat gun, I'm going to go ahead and shrink it. Now, it's very important that you take the piece you're going to use for your second loop and put it on first before you make the second loop. Otherwise, it's not going to work right. And then you just go ahead and make another loop the same way on the opposite side of the bungee. This is the finished product. You've got the shrink wrap tubing that's going to hold the loop in place along with the fishing line, and one end is going to slide over the handle of your clamp anchor, and the other one is either going to attach over a cleat or someplace else on your boat or kayak. And if you want to do that, you can always use a carabiner to do it. And what this is going to do is, once you're clamped onto a structure or a branch or whatever it may be, you don't want something pulling hard and putting a lot of stress on your attachment point. So what this will do is act like a little shock absorber, so your boat will bounce a little bit and release some of the stress. All right, now I'm going to show you everything assembled and in use. And what I've done here is taken this metal pipe that's going to act as your structure or a branch and clipped the clamp to it. And here you can see I have my handle, and then this is how the bungee is going to fit on it, like this. And then this will be attached somewhere on your boat or your kayak. So once you've clamped on and you don't want to go all the way back there, what you're going to do is just pull on this handle, and what this is going to do is make these compress, and it's going to come loose from your structure. So I'm just going to give it a tug. And there it is. Really easy. So that's it. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comments. Thank you.